Alright, the next step that I'm going to take is I'm actually going to install this new ignition lock cylinder that I got into the upper part of the housing. And it's really just the reverse of removal, as most of this stuff is. I'll show you this right here. This little nub, you kind of can think of it as like a keyway, okay? And this is the key. And then in the housing part, we have a little, this is actually like the keyway, it's a little notch. So that little notch goes in the lower part of the cylinder. Okay, just like removing it, this little plunger here is the key to getting it back in. And I've got the key in the all the way on position, so that's really, this is the orientation. That's like the start position, and then it would come back to ignition on. So that's basically the start position. Stick it in like that. Make sure that your little pull tab, this pulls on the rod that engages the actual ignition switch. Go ahead and pull that out all the way, because you got a little gear in here, and on the end of that gear it's got a mesh with that right there. So we've got everything pulled out all the way. Go ahead and stick our lock cylinder in place. And this is where it gets kind of tricky. You got to get in there and depress that little tab again to get it to fall into place. There it is. Just run it in even further, and then check the alignment here on where the lock cylinder is up in there. I know I'm not getting it in film very good or on camera. The end of it there lines up with the end of the lock cylinder. So I actually need to push this in just a little bit, and I can shove my lock cylinder in. There it goes. Just like that. Alright, so we got the lock cylinder fully installed. Everything is in working condition. You see this pushes out. That's in the start position. That would be about run position, and then of course off. And the key, on mine, the key is a little bit sticky, so I think that's just gonna have to come with use, but it does come out and does work. So next step we got to do is put the steering shaft in.